AST Space Mobile is a space-based cellular broadband network for mobile phones. The service provides mobile broadband services for users traveling in and out of areas without mobile service on land, at sea, or in flight. So this offers a better communication device or a better communication service compared to what's available now, because there's areas where network is spotty and people can't get connection everywhere they go. The company has signed some deals with major providers, including Verizon, and has investors excited about its growth potential. In this video, I'll cover AST Space Mobile, the recent developments over the previous 30 days, and my buy, hold, or sell rating on AST Space Mobile stock. Of course, the reason why I'm covering the stock today is because channel members voted this as one of the top 10 stocks they wanted me to cover this week. My channel members get the right to vote on which videos I create in the week ahead, and AST Space Mobile was one of the top 10 vote getters, and that's why I'm making this video for you today.
I want to thank The Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/Parkev for the 10 best stocks to buy now.
So there are three primary factors impacting AST Space Mobile over the previous month, where it experienced a decline of approximately 3.5%. The share price was down 3.5%. First, there was bearish developments, including a double downgrade from Barclays, having impacted investor sentiment. So double downgrade basically means it went down 2 notches. If they had it rated as a strong buy, it went down to a hold, which is from strong buy to buy and then to hold. Now, investment banks have various ratings. Some of them use outperform, market perform, underperform. Some of them use strong buy, hold, sell, and strong sell. They have their own unique ratings and the scale for what the ratings mean. For me, I have a rating scale where I have the best stock to buy, the top 6 best stocks to buy, a buy, borderline buy, a hold, borderline sell, and top stock to sell. So those are my rankings, and every investment institution has their own rankings and meanings based on that. But regardless, when an investment bank or a prominent investor issues a downgrade on a stock, it causes investors to sell because they think, well, if this trusted investor or this trusted investment institution is downgrading the stock, they see something about the company that's negative. So I trust their investment research. They are professional investors. And so I'm going to follow and I'm going to sell. And so this, especially when it comes from a respected institution like Barclays, has the impact of moving the stock lower. So the next impact was a strategic partnership with Verizon, which offers potential for huge growth ahead. And I always like when companies partner with other companies in the same industry. Meaning, let me clarify, when smaller companies partner with larger companies in the same industry, it's a stronger indication of the company's potential instead of when a small company partners with another company that's outside of its industry. Verizon knows this industry extremely well. It's one of the top 2 communication providers in the United States, along with AT&T, and then T-Mobile comes in third place. So if Verizon is partnering with AST Space Mobile, then Verizon is hopeful of the technology that AST Space Mobile can provide, and that's a strong indicator of the potential for the success of this company. Lastly, despite all the positive news, macroeconomic pressures and market corrections contributed to this stock price decline. Over the previous month, there's been several negative movements in the stock market, partly caused by the government shutdown and the negative consequences of the government shutdown, and then the AI trade. The valuations are concerning some investors, and that's leading to a risk-off sentiment in the market where investors are moving their money from riskier stocks into safer investment choices. And you've seen that most notably cryptocurrency prices like Bitcoin are down 20-25% off their highs. These are some of the riskiest investments in the market, very speculative. And so when risk is decreasing, when investors are fearful, these are the assets that decline in price more so than any other asset. And then the things that benefit in this kind of sentiment, in this kind of environment, are money markets, investment grade bonds, government bonds, um, other types of safe investment categories like gold. Some investors see gold as a safe investment choice. I don't particularly like gold as an investment. Gold has other use cases, but not as an investment because I don't like assets that don't have cash flows associated with it. And that includes gold and other commodities as well as cryptocurrencies. There's no cash flow associated with those. Your only hope of making money is selling it to somebody else at a higher price. So whether that's gold or cryptocurrency, I don't like when my only way of making money is by selling this thing to somebody else. I don't like depending on a sale of an asset to make money. I like for the asset itself to generate money, to generate cash flow. And that's why I like businesses. That's why I like stocks, because the stock, the business itself generates money and generates cash flow. AST Space Mobile is on the riskier side of the investment profile. It's an early stage growth company with large investments ahead before it can start capturing the benefits of all of its investment. And so, under the current investment scenario, where stocks are, this isn't even a big sell off in retrospect. I mean, if you're new to the market, this might be one of the first sell-offs you've experienced, because besides the big sell-off earlier this year around February, March, April, the stock market has been in rally mode. And beside that sell-off in February, March, April, the stock market has been in rally mode since late 2022. So it's been a bull market. And these brief sell-offs are really concerning and worrying investors, especially those newer investors that haven't gone through these cycles before and are inexperienced with how to deal with this kind of stock market volatility. So all that being said, what do I think about AST Space Mobile in terms of buy, hold, or sell? I've had this stock rated as a hold all year long here. The reasoning being it's too early for me, for my investment taste. It's too speculative at this point. It has huge upside, to be sure, but as it stands right now, I can't tell what the actual upside is. I have a difficult time quantifying that upside. And so that adds increased risk for me because I don't have all of that data, that history of cash flow, of deals, of revenue, of potential market size, all of which would help make my investment calculation more accurate. It's never going to be precise, but at least a narrower estimate would help me make an investment decision. So, because of the elevated risk, I'm keeping AST Space Mobile. I had it rated as a hold, and I'm going to keep it rated as a hold today. Hey, thanks for watching. I truly respect every viewer who takes the time to seek qualified financial analysis. Unfortunately, there are a lot of unqualified voices online giving unsubstantiated stock advice. My goal is to provide research that's grounded in data and professional training, not just what's popular. For those new here, I hold a master's degree in financial economics. I'm a CFA charter holder, an author, an adjunct professor of finance and economics. I've spent nearly a decade researching stocks professionally, and I'm here to help you make informed investing decisions. If you found value in this analysis, make sure to subscribe and consider joining the channel as a member for early access and in-depth members-only content.